Tony Abbott is capable of changing his mind on important elements of policy.
Goodness of heart is something, and honesty is something that is a core requirement on a good country.
I will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man.
I'm a Vietnam veteran. I've been a plumbing contractor for 37 years. I support with a social conscience the liberal philosophy. I have a gay son.
It is between a man and a woman.
But if you're saying these people can marry and these people can't marry, you're creating a second class of people.
Well, look, I It wasn't absolutely consistent with what I said the month before.
It was the opposite. I overcame my ignorance and my fear of gays and the idea of gay marriage. When will you, Mr. Abbott?
Which Mr. Abbott runs away from. He was asked about a cover-up a few weeks ago. He cut off the press conference and ran away. He runs away in the Parliament.
Well, I mean, people say it like it's a bad thing, you know, running away from your problems, but if your problems never catch up with you, what's the hitch?
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Tony Abbott and two other opposition MPs dashed for the door.
I suppose I could run away.
Run, Forrest, run!
You're not saying anything, Tony.
They are all impacted big time by the mining tax.
They've announced a $15 billion profit today.
The big issue this week, apart from the ongoing impact of the carbon tax...
On the carbon tax, you've been saying that it would be a wrecking ball through the economy.
If you want to put a price on carbon, why not just do it with a simple tax? With a simple tax. With a simple tax. And Lee, it's the answer I'm giving you because these people aren't so much seeking asylum.
Why are you here? Why don't you just leave? How do your weapons work?
You look at the latest jobs figures, more people are in employment, the economy continues to grow solidly, inflation is low.
Are there two Tony Abbotts, the real Tony Abbott and the Tony Abbott who tailors what he has to say to whatever audience he has in front of him?
I have never made a political decision based on a religious value. It was in the Garden of Eden, creation in the image of God. Faith has weakened. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The last thing I would wish to do is to cause pain to people who have suffered too much pain already.
I'm absolutely infuriated.
Just because a person is sick doesn't mean that he is necessarily pure of heart.
Once I saw it in black and white in the paper the next morning, I thought, no, this is a problem. I'd better call him up and apologise.
It is a problem. The health minister insulting a dying man.
Rupert Murdoch was once described as a recovering socialist. I suspect we will discover later on just how completely he has been cured.
You've said that it's in the public interest for Julia Gillard to answer some questions regarding her history with Slater and Gordon. What are the questions she needs to answer?
Look, these are questions that have been put to her by the Australian.
What are those questions?
Look, this isn't the main game for us. Are the cost of living pressures that this government...
Just wondering, what are the questions that you want answered?
Well, the issue here is not whether she was an unethical lawyer.
What are the questions you want to hear her answer in the Parliament?
Media bodies have put questions to her.
I'm just asking what those questions are.
Tony Abbott would do what he felt he needed to do to get into power or have power.
The Prime Minister's a misandrist.
Explain. What's that?
Misandra what?
That's someone who hates men.
Yes, for QC.
Iceberg, go ahead!